Alright, Gemini, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your April 2022 tarot reading. Thank you to those of you who've liked, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. And for those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, hit the Celtic crossbred as always, and also pull the 4 agreements, Oracle, and Mudra card for you guys. We're actually going to start the reading off by rolling those astrology dice we have in front of us to get an idea of where your focus will be as far as that goes. So let's see what we get. Alright, so we have the moon. And as far as the moon goes in April, we're going to have that new moon at the very beginning for Aries. And then we're going to have a full moon toward the middle of the month in Libra. And at the very end of the month, we're going to have an eclipse actually in Taurus. So 11th house energy, 5th house energy, and then 12th house energy. Speaking of 12th house energy, we also have that in the dice there. And for you guys, that is Taurus. So yeah. We just mentioned the eclipse at the very end of the month, and of course, as we get toward the end of April, the sun will also be in Taurus along with Uranus. And we have Gemini, so that's you guys. So a little bit of focus on yourselves, obviously, your inner world as far as the 12th house energy goes, and just pay attention to the lunar cycles this month. Alright, so with all that out of the way, we'll get started. In the main situation position, we have the Queen of Wands, Aries energy, and the World. So, to see these two cards come up could just be saying that you might be stepping into a bit of a leadership role, possibly within your friendships or groups that you deal with. And in doing so, it looks like karmically you were actually meant to step into that role in some way. This usually represents karmic completions, successful completions of cycles as well. So yeah, that's primarily what I'm seeing with that. Could just be saying that as we move through every season, you might be called to step into some kind of a leadership role, and it looks like you will successfully do so. In the challenge or obstacle position, we have the Emperor in reverse. So this is actually more Aries energy here, just the major arcana version of that energy. So to see this come up in the reverse could be saying a couple different things. For some of you, maybe if you've been leading in a bit more of a authoritarian type of way, right, where my way or the highway type of stuff, we still see a little bit of energy given that it's still Aries energy, but obviously it looks more feminine there, right? So a bit more open, nurturing, and receptive, as opposed to this person's clearly armored up and everything, right? So if we look at the contrasting energies, we could see how this might be a better approach for leadership as far as getting people to follow you anyway. Whereas this in the reverse could just say that, you know, obviously you might have been coming on a bit too strong in the past, and that's where the karmic completion could be coming through, where you might have learned from those lessons, right? But for others of you, this could even just be saying that this could be a leader in the current role, right? And then you could be being asked to replace this person, right? If they're doing things a certain way and it's just not really resonating with the rest of the group. All right, in the foundation position, we have the Queen of Swords, Libra energy, and the Knight of Pentacles, Virgo energy. So yeah, to see these two energies could coming up, rather, it could just be pointing to possibly even a family dynamic, given that for you guys, Virgo does represent your energy of home, your roots, motherhood. So it could just be pointing to that for some of you, and it could just be saying restoring balance within the family dynamic, right? So perhaps if there's been some conflict within the family and it's been going on for a while, right, you might be actually able to step up to help resolve that conflict. But it doesn't have to just be that too. It could also just be the beliefs that you might have had that are going up for review as well, right? Where maybe you're looking at those things and saying, okay, what do I like about those beliefs and what could I possibly change to fit my life currently better, right? So it could just be one of those things there. And of course, given that this Libra energy, we were just talking about that there would be a Libra full moon, that might be the timeline when you actually start to feel that energy come through the most. All right, in the past position, we have the Two of Swords, Libra energy again there, and Judgment. Usually I view this as Scorpio energy. So to see these two cards come up, could just be saying that maybe you've known that, okay, maybe I could come in here and resolve this conflict, right? But maybe there's a bit of a back and forth on your mind, like, do I really want to go there, right? So some of you might have been like, maybe I could just leave things as is, right? Might not be worth opening up that can of worms again. But then there could have been another part of you that did think that, okay, maybe there could be potential to resolve things. So I feel like this is saying that in the past, you might have just been thinking about the situation a lot, possibly karmically being called to look at the situation again as well. In the present position, we have the Ace of Pentacles. So yeah, this could just represent an idea you might have, right? Given that we saw the Virgo energy in the foundation position there too, right? Maybe you finally figure out a practical way to say, okay, here's how I can resolve this conflict, right? And coming forward with that idea. For some of you, this can be around finances. Like I said, for some of you, maybe you're stepping into a leadership role, and that, of course, that could be within your workplace, right? Maybe there's a boss who was doing things a way that was rubbing people the wrong way. They might actually be eliminated from the position, and the position might be offered to you. All right, in the near future position, we have the Lovers. So this is actually the major arcana card for your sign. And here I feel like this is pointing more to a situation of faith, right? So I feel like this is you feeling like, okay, well, whatever direction I choose to go in, I have faith that things will work out well, right? The reason I say that is because we see like that angel symbolism behind the two people there. And that makes me think of things being worked out behind the scenes, right? So to me, that's you saying that, okay, wherever I come through. So for example, we even see, like I was talking about the two Aries energies, we see the Queen of Wands, which is very much the feminine side of the energy. Then we see the Emperor, which is very much the masculine, right? So for some of you, it could even be balancing energies within yourselves, right? Okay, knowing when to embrace the masculine side, when to embrace the feminine side, right? So you can just be coming to faith in that, right? That you'll know when to use which of those energies. Whereas in before, it might have just been out of balance. All right, in the position of your influence in the situation, we have the Ten of Pentacles. So more Virgo energy here. And this can be pointing, of course, to financial stability, right? And like I said, given that this represents the house of your home and family, this could also just be pointing to what I was saying there, where maybe you're finding a way to establish some stability within your family environment, your home environment. But yeah, for some of you, this could definitely just be a financial thing. All right. In the environment position, we have the Six of Wands. So yeah, this could just be saying whatever the situation is, you might be celebrated in some way for the role that you're taking on. Now, this is Leo energy, which you guys does represent your third house communication. So to me, this is another indicator that you are being asked to step into a bit of a leadership role this month and actually speak out about something, right? And in the process of doing so, it looks like you will be championed by others around you for doing so. So that's why I see with that. Now, this can represent someone else in your environment as well, but if that's the case, looks like you might both be in very positive high cycles at this time. All right. In the hopes or fears position, we have the Fool. So I'm going to assume this is probably a hope of yours, where you guys are just feeling like you're ready to embrace the new, right? Open up to new energies, because we saw that Lover's energy in the near future, which, like I said, to me represents energy of faith. So usually when you have that energy, you are able to jump into things more freely. And in the outcome position, we have the Sun. So a very bright, positive energy here as well, right? So pretty positive energy showing up in your spread for sure. Really outside of that Emperor in reverse, that seems to be the harshest energy, and it did come up in the challenger position. But given that we see that other Aries energy in the main situation with the world, I feel like it's saying that that will be overcome. Whether, like I said, it's maybe a toxic part of your own energy that you're learning to overcome, or someone you're dealing with. It looks like either way you will be able to overcome that. All right, so yeah, seeing this in the outcome position, definitely a pretty positive energy to see. Now, another way I can see this too is if we look at the child, right? They're very young on the horse with the sun. So it could just be reminding you too that, hey, the sun isn't quite back into Gemini yet, right? But maybe this is a good time to start to see things come together. And then by the time it truly is in your sign, as we get toward the end of May, then you really feel like you're growing in your confidence and responsibilities there. All right, bottom of the deck, we have the Eight of Wands. So yeah, it looks like things will definitely be moving forward quite a bit this month. probably a lot of communication. Now, Sagittarius energy does represent your 7th house, so for some of you, this can be around a romantic relationship, given that we also see the Knight of Wands beneath that as well. But yeah, for the majority of you, I feel like this is just saying general things are shifting for you guys. Like I said, it looks like you're stepping up into some kind of a leadership role this month. We mentioned a few different areas where that could be taking place. And like we said, that also came up in your dice, the Gemini energy. So definitely looks like there will be some focus on you this month. All right, moving on to your 4 agreements card, we have be impeccable with your word. It says seek to know the truth. All right, and let's see, it says when you hear an opinion and believe it, you make an agreement and it becomes part of your belief system. The only thing that can break this agreement is to make a new one based on truth. Only the truth has the power to set you free. So definitely pretty positive energy to see there coming through in a message, especially given that we will have that full moon in Libra this month, which does reflect justice, truth, right? So good message as far as that goes. Speaking of Libra energy, I often am reminded of Libra energy with this card as well. And this is from the Wisdom of the Oracle. It's the Truth Be Told card. There's the artwork, and the number is 14. So let's see. Oops, sorry. Let's see what this has to say. Okay, it says honesty, accepting things at face value, coming out of denial, the willingness to be transparent, clarity of communication. The Oracle's message, there is the truth, which is the essence of a thing, and there is a truth, subjective, according to the philosophy of the adherent or believer. This is not a time for debate about which truth is truer. This is a time when you are called to proclaim your truth out loud and be willing to be transparent, honest, and open in your communication with others and with yourself. Nothing less than surrender to what is, peeling off the layers of denial that kept you tied to an illusion, will set you free. Be authentic and gloriously flawed, and Spirit will answer with miracles. So definitely a pretty positive message there, and given all the Aries energy we see there, that does remind me of the fact that Mercury is going to be in Aries for at least the first couple weeks of April, possibly even 3 weeks, but yeah. So that could be another energy that might make people a bit more outspoken this month, but hopefully that resonated. The relationship message says people tell you who they are very quickly if you're willing to listen to what they say and pay attention to how they behave. This card calls you to engage in heartfelt, open conversation. It's time to see the truth about what you share with each other and tell the truth about who you are and what you need. No one can do that for you. Remember that your truth is always based in your personality and experience up to now. A higher truth to be found after you communicate honestly and see how doing so has helped you become more attuned to yourself. Don't hold back. Speak your truth and listen. So, pretty positive message there as well. Like I said, I didn't get a huge one-to-one relationship vibe here. It seemed more like family or possibly even relationships, rather work relationships rather than a one-to-one relationship. But for those of you who are seeking more relationship guidance, I'll actually be doing a love readings next week. All right, the prosperity message says, are you willing to do whatever it takes to experience the prosperous life you desire? If you want to be an artist, do you make your art a priority? If you want to be a healer, do you set time aside to learn new things to help you serve? A writer must write, and a singer must sing. Being true to your calling is essential to your moving forward. There is another oracle message here too. It's time to have a look at the real, honest truth about your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs about prosperity, about your relationship to money, to compensation, and to meaningful work. Ask yourself, what is true for me? And you will find the key to abundance. So pretty positive message there as well. Like I said, it definitely looks like you're being called into some kind of a leadership role this month, but hopefully I resonated. And lastly, we have a Mudra for you guys. This is the Mudra here. It's the Matangi Mudra, and the keyword for it is authenticity. So does seem to be some overlapping in these cards. First that message, then the Oracle, and now this here too. Let's see what it says. Let's see if I can get everything in the frame. Yeah, there we go. So if you want to pause or take a screenshot to read what it says, you can. But under benefits, it says facilitates diaphragmatic breathing, benefits the abdomen and abdominal organs of digestion, assimilation, and elimination, activates the power of spirit, improves discernment and self-honesty, improves the voice and ability to communicate inner feelings. So yeah, definitely does seem like that resonates with the other cards as well. So hopefully that resonates with you guys in general. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.